Hi, guys. Hello, hello. All right. So, yesterday I did a story where I was just asking what is kind of the retrograde energy bringing back for them, whoever the them is in an equation. And I said at the end of that today I would be doing a story for the lead character, the other person. So, this is going to be. What is retrograde bringing up for the other person? And I will say that message from yesterday. If you missed that one, I'll put a free link right there in the description box for you because you probably want to be able to see both halves of the equation, them versus the other person. So, what is retrograde bringing back? Well, we start out with a Hierophant, Taurus energy. This can be a marriage card. This can be a card of someone is really connecting to their higher self right now. I will say that the message from yesterday, I mean, it was somebody that was very much aware of a Two of Cups relationship. This storyline looks like we have a character who feels very strongly as they sit and think, they're like, that was the person I was supposed to marry. That's what I feel like. Or I'm reflecting on what I believe about a connection. I'm reflecting on what my belief system is. I'm reflecting and I'm discovering things. Wow. We have the death card here, and we have the Four of Swords. This Four of Swords, you notice that we have this healing with the little kitten is there resting, kind of like the chaos hippo has been there, almost like their therapist or something. But we have a lot of healing. I think what a character is reflecting on right now is that they really believe that things needed to have a break, that there needed to be an ending for genuine healing to occur at a very profound level. Scorpio energy on that death card also. They're realizing, especially because we put it together with the owl, and the owl can represent wisdom that kind of comes from, a source beyond oneself or from beyond the veil. It can sometimes be like, a guide or something from the other side. But I do really feel like our lead character is reflecting during this retrograde season, and what they're realizing is I I hear from my higher self or from beyond the veil that my connection with someone, something had to come to an end because there needed to be some very profound healing. It's almost like, okay, let's use this as an analogy. Say we go to the gym with a workout buddy and we push each other so hard. We are like, each person is kind of competitive spirit and neither one wants to back down. So they're like, hey, let's run a couple miles for a warm up. Okay, sure. Hey, why don't we do just 2 more miles? Okay, well, two more. Why don't we make it three? And now all of a sudden they've run. I think 110 pounds. And it's like, oh, I usually start at 130. Well, fine, let's pump into 140. And it's like, okay, these two could be shoving each other to the brink, which is not wise to do. And then because they've done that to each other, they leave the gym and they're waving bye bye. And they get in their car and they're like, oh my God. And guess what? Neither person can hardly move for the next couple days. So neither one of them can even go to the gym and be gym buddies again for a bit. And now, after they heal from those micro tears or whatever they did to themselves, pushing so freaking hard when they weren't really ready for that yet. Finally, when they've healed up enough, they may bump into each other at the gym and they might finally be honest about, I wasn't ready for that. And the other person was like, oh my God, I thought I was going to die. I couldn't walk for days. They healing and a break is sometimes super necessary. And if we look at it like that, competitors at a gym that wanted to be gym buddies, there's good competition and friendship. And then there's like, we don't have limits set yet. And so we're just kind of going off the rails. And I feel like that's what this profound understanding is. If we have a lead character that is reflecting on a relationship with someone whose story we told yesterday, whomever they were in the equation, so the other half of this equation, this lead character is aware that we had to have a break. We pushed each other too far and we pushed each other to the brink, and then we had a bunch of healing to do and we needed time apart to rest and heal. I think it was a good thing that we did this, even if there was a powerful bond, even if there still is, even if I believe that there still is, or if I believe that they're the person I actually still see myself married to. There's a very good reason that we definitely pushed each other too far and then we needed to go rest. Look at this 10 of Pentacles and 6 of Cups. Okay, this might be a pretty short message because the way I should have prefaced this by saying the way I look at Mercury retrograde is just, Mercury is going faster on its orbit than Earth is, so it laps us. So it looks like it's going in the reverse, but it isn't any more than hands on a clock are ever going in the reverse, right? They're always going in the clockwise direction. But at some point when we pass by 12, we know that, like, hey, 12 hours have passed again. Same thing. Retrograde comes around and it's like, oh, hey, things have changed. I've aged a little. I'm maybe more mature. I've had some time to heal. I've had the break from that gym experience. Now let me think about this again. It's coming back to my mind. And it could be that at this point in time, we have a character who is very much, they've worked on some things in their own life. They feel super empowered. They feel like maybe they've had some huge abundance in their personal, let's put it this way. If we overworked trying to keep up with somebody else at the gym and then we pretty much hurt ourselves, then we had to rest and recover. But it did show us where we didn't have the endurance yet. It did show us some things where it's like, wow, I needed to work on my form. I needed to, really focus on finding my stride, getting my strength. I really needed to work on my endurance. And as I've done that privately on my own, now I've become way more fit. I've, really done things in a smart way. It showed me the holes, the gaps in my own persona. And then I went off and I worked on those things. And what I've built myself into is somebody pretty darn, we'll just keep using the analogy of somebody at the gym because it's so visual and it's so easy, because I think everybody who's ever gone to the gym has hurt themselves at some point, right? Tried to do more than what we were ready for. And then, you hobble around for a few days. But I think this person has become very, in this case, financially fit, emotionally fit, spiritually fit. And they're reflecting on that. And that's why they're now thinking heavily about that other person. 6 of Cups, soulmate energy. Boy, I wouldn't mind talking to them. I feel like they're getting a little whisper in their ear. They're thinking about that person. They're having a flood of memories because they're in a much better place now. They know why there was a separation and they realize it was a good thing. I'm not pissed. I'm not mad. I'm not hurt that I separated from that person. Actually, I realize as I reflect, I needed that break from them. And look at where I am now. Look at who I've become now. Look at how much more abundant my life is now. Now I can think about them and be like, if I met them today, I could do things a lot different. I might be able to keep up with certain aspects of what we were pushing each other to do. But on the other hand, I would also know where my boundaries are and be like, no, I don't do a 6-mile jog and then instantly go do something else. No, I pace myself differently. 1.5 miles of jogging, and then, I like to do some stretching, and then I do a couple sets of reps, and I've learned what works for me. That's how I do things. I don't feel compelled to be competitive. I don't have to keep up with anybody else. This is me. You want to work out with me? Awesome. If not, that's okay too. It just feels like our character really has a strong sense of who they are, what works for them, where their boundaries are. And now, I wonder what it would be like if I talked to that person from my past. Would, if we are a match, would we match better this time around? Or would we discover we were never supposed to do romance anyway? We weren't a good match for romance. We're just friends. It's funny how if a character really thinks that I thought I was supposed to marry that person, but they're open to the idea that soulmates can be a lot of different things. I wonder what it would be like to meet them now that I feel this terrific. Now I don't know for sure if our character has a strong sense that if we got back together, it would be forever. We would be so good together. This tells me that our character is a little bit more moderated now. They look at their life and their behavior and they go, what I believe is that we would have a chance to start a romance from ground level, because this is the Page of Cups. It is a seahorse, and seahorses do mate for life. But I feel like it's so funny because this seahorse is in like a diaper or like even one of those little baby swings, that you see on the playgrounds where, it's a little rubber thing with holes for the little chubby baby legs to stick out of, and it kind of helps support the little wobblers, when they sit and they swing. It kind of looks like that. This all feels like we could start small with big intentions of being together forever, but we could start comfortably, no competitive energy. So I definitely feel over and over again, I feel like there was a strong sense of competition between these characters. Maybe that was their ego, maybe that was each person wanted to be the perfect mate. And in trying to be the perfect mate, maybe they out perfect each other and actually made each other feel like crap. This There's an interesting twist to this. The fact that this character feels like during this retrograde time, they're thinking about it saying, I really think if we connected now, we could start softer. We could start, you know, treat this relationship like it's a little baby that we want to nurture. Treat it kind, protect it, support it. That's why we have there's a gentleness here. If the reason we have those baby swings is so that the baby can enjoy swinging too, but obviously they're not strong enough to like hold on like normal kids would, so they have to have little supportive, you know, pods that they swing in. This seahorse also is carrying a letter. So I really feel like there's a strong sense of either they're aware that they may be the person who wants to send a letter, or that they would be very willing to start communicating in a gentle way, a much more soft energy this time around. So is this going to happen then? Because this feels very much like we're on the cusp of it. Seven of Wands. In their mind, they may be thinking, oh, but that other person, even if I'm in this energy, even if I could imagine talking to them now, and I could imagine this going really well and being really soft, I don't know, they'd have to be on board with this too. And if they're still, you know, out to be a competitor, and in fact, if we left things on not a nice energy where it was combative, it was, we were lobbing shots at each other, kind of like rude comments or hurtful things. Oh, that could be a big blockage. We got the Eight of Swords. The one thing that I think our character is doing is they are laying down their defenses. They're energetically saying, but at least I now know it was good that we broke up. It was good that we separated. We had healing to do. I know I did. And I know that I'm better than I've been in a long time. Maybe I'm better than I've ever been. And now I can see them as a soulmate because I definitely learned a lesson with them. Maybe I could at some point when the time feels right, maybe I'll send them a letter that's very kind, that's very sweet, but I don't really want to stir up a battle. And so if there's any battle, or if I fear that there's going to be a battle, I'm probably not going to send that letter after all. I'll wait until the time feels right, but I definitely am receptive. So this could even be that like our lead character, if they ever blocked that person, they'll probably unblock that person. And it's like that way they know if they wanted to send me a message, they could. My defenses are down. I'm not harboring any need to protect myself from them. I have no fight. And we have the World card. And we have the ability for them to perhaps come back into harmony because we've got the reconciliation energy here. And it feels like, I don't know, maybe it's this summertime just because I look at the bear always as Ursa Major, and especially because the stars are, within this bear. This feels really positive. This feels like this new energy, this chance for reconciliation, this chance for having a fresh start. It's like it's very much on the table, but they're not going to push it. They're not going to force it. It's more like the blockage would be if the other person wants to continue to feel hostile or fight or be competitive, and our character is like, I'm just going to be more passive about things. Maybe I'll send a kind message at some point and just let them know, if you ever want to talk, I don't have you blocked and I'm not mad. And I honestly, I'm good. I'm not upset. They might say something, but mostly I don't think they're asking for reconciliation. I think that they're allowing it. That's what I would say here. There's no more need to push each other away. So very nice energy on this for this. It doesn't say that, oh, there's going to be reconciliation, it has to happen, and now I know we're in love and it's got to be all perfect. This is very calm, very much like relaxing and releasing tension is what it feels like. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I am delighted and honored you guys visit my channel. Take care. Bye.